Hello, everybody. Welcome to David's Kitchen. Greetings. Hey, I'm David, and this is my kitchen. Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is kind of a cool time to get together and make some pork steamed rice. Let's do it. It's all part of making it happen here at David's Kitchen. Moving forward is a key thing in cooking. I hope everybody realizes that if you get bogged down on something and you start to feel like you're not having fun, take a breather, Don't be like Chef Ramsay and, push yourself to the point of breaking. Life is too short for that. Yeah. He's 7 years younger than me. And I can tell you, I feel a lot better now that, I don't take life like a type A personality. I was a type A personality at one point. I truly was. And I stopped that from happening at a very young age. Type A personalities tend to burn out and have heart attacks. I hope that doesn't happen to him, but the weird thing about his stress level is he seems to like it. I don't know what it is. I think some people are stress junkies. Type A people take everything seriously. Yeah, so I've got my jacket on. We've got a massive winter happening here in Washington. It's pretty bad. We're getting the back end of that terrible polar vortex that hit the Midwest last week. And it's been 20 degrees in the evening every night for 2 weeks. So we're talking about what normally would be like 35. We've got 20-degree weather for 2 solid weeks and another snowstorm coming. I will cook, yes, thank you. I just have to open up the iVlog show, folks, and we won't be broadcasting until 6 for our Periscope show if something is going on there. Yeah, everything's about logging in, getting involved. Let me mute the microphone for a second while I take a back seat to this dinner that we're making. Yeah, let me show you what I got. It should be really good. Hold on just a second. Okay, seconds up. More than a second. I'm going to be doing a chopping of an onion with this amazing knife we have from the collection that Meow TV gave me. And we've got an organic onion there, and I've got some organic carrots. I get these in bulk at, thank you. I'm over here. Where are you, Dave? I'm over here. Thank you. Yeah, so we're getting that in bulk at Costco, which makes it a veritable savings on organic carrots that are already peeled. So yeah, and by the way, this combo right here is $1 if you shop around. Yeah, that's $1 right there. Hello there, Jacket Pockets. Yeah. Great, we've got somebody who's supporting us over here, and thank you for supporting me. Yeah, I'm going to read your message here. Hold on. It is very cold. We could go in the Thai direction, yeah, with a little peanut sauce. I've got some of that, yeah. I've got some Ortega chilies. They're not that spicy. I try to like less spicy. What? We support you but cannot publicly do so. Oh, okay. We've got a representative from the NAACP supporting my blackface. Thank you for evolving and realizing that we're not going to deny our freedom of speech in America because the Democrats want to be politically correct. I applaud your efforts at the NAACP. Thank you. If indeed you are. I certainly do not have a prejudiced bone in my body, and I want everyone to know that it was very difficult for me to do the blackface video. It really was. It was only until I pondered this greatly that I realized that our country is censoring its own people. And I needed to do something outrageous, and I happened to do something that would gather a lot of momentum internationally. So I had to take chances, and it's something that I think that I'm going to have to deal with long term, but I'm more than willing to carry that load. Let's get started. We're going to cut that onion. Now this dinner is going to involve a store-bought product that I bought called Sandwich Creations by Armour. It's got pulled pork in it and barbecue sauce. I'm going to put that in the ricer. But I've also got an entire collection of pork I'm going to stir fry that I bought at a discount. I got this for $4.74 for this pork, and then $2 off. So I got it for $2.74, all that pork. And I got this for $1. So if you find it on sale for something like that, that's great. So I allocated about $4 for the pork itself. Then I've got a can of 50-cent can of organic tomatoes I picked up for 50 cents at the dollar store. So I'm up to $4.50. And like I said, this combo is about $1 at $5.50, and I've got 50 cents worth of rice I'm throwing into the ricer. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to use this amazing knife to cut this onion. Let me make sure I've got you on screen here. Yeah. All right. Right on. What I do is I line it up right there, and I kind of give it a start. If you try to move it otherwise, this knife is extremely sharp. And this onion is extremely tough. Wow. It's giving me a problem even with this really great knife. There we go. Okay. I'm going to cut the bottoms off of these slightly, leaving a bit of the skin onto the bottom, so I kind of leave it hanging. See that? That helps me get the peel started. And then I pull up the corners at that point. And you can take off an outer leaf if it's really kind of dry, but if it's not, you might as well use the whole onion. Yeah. I normally don't cook in my coat, but the temperature in the house is about 50 degrees with the space heaters running at 70 in a couple of rooms. So I'm really it's quite chilly actually. All right, let's pull that off. Yeah, I bought a 5-pound bag, or no, a 10-pound bag of onions for $5.99 at Costco. I really do save money at Costco. I never thought I would, but I really do. All right, let's get rid of that, because that's going to be the only compost I have. There's a big controversy about, do you put compost, onion skins in compost? And I do. They say it kind of adds to the, it prevents breakdown, but I put everything in the compost except for bones. All right. Yeah, bones take too long to compost unless you've got a crusher. I don't know anybody with a crusher. Chip your bones. Yeah, no bones. Bones are bad, yeah. Neck bones of chickens are okay. They'll break down. They've got a lot of cartilage in them. Well, the jacket is just, the George suit I picked up for $5. That was part of my one of my acquisitions at the thrift store. And these George suits are really well made. They're mostly polyester. They're not like a wool, but they're really well made, and they've got excellent. It's not smelly. In fact, it smells like nothing. Yeah. Would you like me to smell it? Smells good. Oh, I'm sorry. We're getting back to the cutting of the vegetable here. I'm going to just slice these onions with this incredible knife. Like butter. I must say that Meow TV made it a lot easier for me to do this when he got me these knives. I remember my old blade, which I still have, of course. I refuse to get rid of an old knife that's been in the family for 20 years. or I'm sorry, 40 years. Make that 50 years. But these will be the new heirloom knives, I'll tell you. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to get the ricer going first off. I've got it on warm here. This is a ricer I can use over and over again. Even if it gets a little brown at the bottom, it's perfectly fine. Today, since I'm cooking with pork, I'm going to use sesame oil. Toasted Japanese sesame oil. All right, about 2 tablespoons of that. Well, no, not really, more like 1 tablespoon. And then see these organic carrots? Yeah, I'm going to rinse those off just to be sure everything's nice and clean. And I'm going to pour those on top right there like that. See that? Then I'm going to take the onions and I'm going to put half of the onions in there like that, leaving the other half on the breadboard over here. Now this is a pulled pork container that has everything you need in it. Okay, and I've got my my non-GMO rice here. I'm going to use brown and white. I'm going to put the white at the bottom of my colander. And by the way, you really do need to rinse the rice. It's really important. Yeah, I use this because it has the perfect amount of rice in it. I put that much rice in it, and then I top it off with brown rice. Hang on, I got a call.
Dennis?
Okay, Dennis. Yeah, Dennis, what can I do for you? Okay, Dennis,
I
you
don't have
go ahead. What do you? What?
canned pork, but what I do have is like little canned spare ribs. The canned spare ribs work the same as the canned pork.
Yes. Yeah, you can use you can use a breast of chicken in a can. You can use Vienna sausages. You can use any type of. I've even seen people use Spam. You know.
Oh, okay, good deal. I believe I use a lot of canned meats myself.
Yep.
But thank you for the tip tonight. I'm enjoying watching it. Have a good one, buddy.
All right. Thanks for calling, man. Take care. All right, that was a good call. Yeah, a real American doing a cooking thing like I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to top this off with the brown rice. Right up to the brim almost, see it? Okay, then I'm going to rinse that off with filtered water. And it's important you rinse this rice off because rice can pick up arsenic. It uses a lot of water in the dirt, and there's a lot of arsenic in dirt. And at the very least, you're rinsing off any potential arsenic that could be in the rice. And a lot of people don't know that about rice, that it grows in a very wet environment and picks up a lot of arsenic, which is endemic in the dirt that it grows in. So, we got that there. Before I put the rice down on the rice cooker, I'm going to put some spices in on it. And today I'm going to, even though the pork has flavoring in it, I'm going to add some non-salted herbs and spices I picked up at the store called Bragg Organic Sprinkle, unsalted. And I'm just going to give it a Bragg flavor here. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of spices on top of the onions and the carrots and the toasted sesame oil. Then I'm going to pop this can open here. Thank you. And I'll lay a portion of that can in the on top of the onion so that a lot of the flavor kind of goes up through the rice. See that? Put about a half a can at the base, and now put your rice down. Like that. Making sure you have all your rice in there. That's good. All right. Then take the rest of the can and put it on top. All right. And then fill it up with water. So I'm going to pour a lot of water in there. See that? You want to use filtered water when you're cooking. Always filter your water. Cover it up all the way to this ridge right here. There we go. Perfect. Right under that ridge. Perfect. Okay, we're going to cover it up and turn the on sign on, and we're off to the races. There we go. Adding the cook sign. We're good to go. Now you can also add a little water to the can, and of course, get every little bit of the can out of there. Canned meats are very portable. You will enjoy canned meats well into the future, especially if you're surviving. Now, as you know, the world isn't exactly perfect, and it may get worse as time goes on, especially considering our leaders aren't doing a damn thing to make it better. It looks like cat crap, I hear you, Ben, but you can get cat food to look like this too. Okay, I'm going to pour that all in there and just let it do its thing. You can kind of shuffle the meat down a little bit, but you want to keep the rice at the top and just let it do its thing. These ricers are great. They're energy efficient, and they put out a really good product. It'll be done by the end of the show, the steamed rice portion. Now I'm going to cook the pork on the stove with peppers. Work great. I'm going to put some peppers and some diced tomatoes in there for color, and I'm going to stir some pork up with the rest of the onions and garlic. And I am going to add some ketchup to the pork, so it'll be more like a barbecue flavor. Now there's a couple things you need to know about ketchup. Try to avoid getting any ketchup with corn syrup. Now I'll show you something. I've got a collection of ketchups here that you might find interesting. I'll tell you where to buy them. Okay. Hunt's makes a natural tomato ketchup without corn syrup in it. It says on it, right here, no fructose, no high fructose corn syrup. I don't know if you can see that. No high fructose corn syrup. So, there we go. I'm going to probably not use that today. That's in storage, but I also picked up this at Trader Joe's for only $1.99. Trader Joe's is an outlet we have in America that puts out a pretty good product. There's no corn syrup in this. It's organic tomato puree, organic sugar, organic ketchup. And the one I'm going to be using today is a premium brand sold only in specialty stores called Beaver brand. It's really tasty. It's made with pineapple juice and honey mustard. I'm going to use this gourmet ketchup today. Hang on, we got a flyover. I better salute. Thank you. Thank you for your decibel blowing out my ear service. The sound of freedom. Assuming Vladimir Putin is going to continue this rage war against our country with potential threats, and Donald Trump seems to be in his pocket, so he just kind of goes along with it, thinks he's a good guy. We aren't making any progress toward nuclear non-proliferation. We're going in the opposite direction with these two guys. It's not really helping. Are they? They're going to Venezuela? Okay. I am not a disinformation agent. No, I'm not paid by Russia. I'm an American citizen who is fighting desperately to stop the corruption in our two-party system. Yeah. Let's get that pan going back here. I'm going to set that up on a level 3. We get it hot, and we will get on to the, there we go. We'll get on to this next step, which is free food samples and coffee on the weekends. Every day at Trader Joe's, they do that here. Yeah, Trader Joe's is the kind of place you can go there and hang out and just sip these little cups of coffee, organic coffee, and act like you're buying things. We always buy things because it's usually a trip to get there. But yes, Michelle Obama is a dude. His name is Michael LaVaughn Robinson. You've been lied to. I know. It's tough to deal with that. But we're all dealing with it together, so just bear with us. Yeah, free is great. And Trader Joe's does a great job overall. I lost $10,000 on a wine deal that was routed through Trader Joe's. And I don't blame Trader Joe's because they're always trying to get the best possible price on 100,000 cases of wine. Or actually 100,000 bottles, I think they were ordering. Yeah, it was crazy. So the guy who I was with, the broker, the main broker, he cut me out of the deal. It cost me over $10,000 in commission. But that's what makes them the $3 Chuck place. They used to have $2 Chuck. Now it's up to $3 in many places. Yeah. But yeah, I was one of those people providing organic wine to them, and they totally they forced the Iranian guy I was working with to cut me out of the deal, to make the deal. And I don't blame Trader Joe's for being a hard negotiator, but I mean, this guy just completely screwed me over. And I was the one that negotiated the sale. So I don't drink, no. I used to sell wine in California and other products, but mostly wine. And it just was a tough system that's out there. I was just dealing with an Iranian, some guy working in Iran as a broker, a wine broker. And he really did screw me over. I'll never forget him telling me, David, it's a business, David. It is business. It's business to screw somebody over for 10 grand? Really? That's business in Iran, I guess. Yeah, I learned my lesson. No, that's not a racist accent. Nothing's racist here, Blackface fan. I don't think you're allowed to come in here if you're going to behave that way. I'm going to mute you for a while until you realize nothing's racist here. We're using freedom of speech to its maximum. We're not intending to be racist. Yeah. They caught the guy that sold the fake Super Bowl tickets and took $37,000 from his own mother. Good. That's terrible. 3 pounds ground beef will work, yeah. Stewed bottle, got kosher, ground pepper, oregano, cumin. Pickled jalapenos. Ooh. Juice from a pickled jalapeno jar. Yeah, that might be pretty good. You got me thinking, though. I'm going to put a little cumin in this. And I've got some authentic Thai peanut sauce. Just to give it a little spice. All right, that'll work. Yeah, this 20-degree weather, you got to run your faucets all the time at hot water. Yes, paprika would be good. You're right. I'll put a little chili powder in there. Hey, check out this product I got at Safeway. Organic hot sauce. The organic brand that Safeway makes, the O brand, that's the best thing going. I'm the guy that kind of started the whole thing with Safeway Organics. When I was pitching, marketing organic food across the country, I sent out packets of 50 pages of organic literature to every market in the country. And I had response envelopes in every one. Anybody interested sent me back a response envelope, or a response card. And I got only 2 responses out of the 50 packets I sent out. And one of them was Safeway. And they had a marketing director and general manager actually looking to buy products. And he contacted me, and I had an appointment, and I sat there at the Safeway Marketing Center in LA. And I went in there with all my different products that I was selling, and I pitched him on organic food. And I've never met a guy more elated to find out about organic food in my life. And at the end of about a half an hour of talking about organic food, I said, "So are you really interested? Would you like to get some of these products for your store?" "Oh, no, we're not going to do anything like that." So, okay. I'm just really excited about organic food. So at that time, they started their organic food production. So I kind of got the ball rolling, but I didn't make a penny on it. But that's fine. At least these products are available. I mean, it's practically the only organic hot sauce. They make 3 or 4 varieties of this, different flavors, jalapeno, habanero. But it's practically the only organic hot sauce in the market, really. They have over 200 brands of organic food now. Yeah, I'm the guy that kicked it all into gear. All right, so we're gonna throw the onions on top of a hot pan with some sesame oil in there. Now you can use peanut oil as an alternative to sesame oil, that works too. Again, you can also use olive oil, but don't use corn oil or canola oil. And you're going, well, why not, Dave? Well, because canola oil is a hybridized plant to start with.
Call from to accept.
I guess nobody's there. Okay, I've got the pan going over here. I'm going to throw the onions on top of the pan. I'm going to take it up to level 6 now. Get a little sizzle on the onions. Okay. I'm going to get that pork in there right away. I'm just going to put it right in there. So let me get the screen up here for you to look at. All right. So I'm just going to put the pork right on top of the onions, like that. Okay. I've got some curry. I'm going to use curry today because I really like turmeric, and I'm going to use some of the curry from curry powder. You can put any number of things on this to make it taste the way you want. You can go the barbecue direction. I call this flex cooking. Any which way you want. I'm going to start with curry. I'm going to douse it with curry. About a teaspoon of curry. Okay. All right. I'm going to give it about 2 tablespoons of ketchup. We'll throw some more of that. This could be replaced with Italian seasoning. That's fine. Okay. Just kind of sprinkle some seasoning in there. This would be a good time to add some garlic too. So I've got some of that in the refrigerator. All right. Okay, now I'm going up to level 6, so I'm going to cover that thing up and steam cook it. I call it steam fry, really fast. Throw a tablespoon of garlic in there. There you go. I get this crushed garlic, California garlic from Costco. It's really great. Thing lasts forever. Okay, I'm going to cover this up. Keep the onions at the bottom. Kind of spread the pork out on the surface and just start cooking it. Now again, this is optional. This part of the dinner is optional. You could just cook this entire dinner in the steamer and cut your costs by probably $3. So you can do this whole thing for about $3, as long as you have that can of some sort of meat, like the person who called in. Yeah, California garlic from Costco, everybody. You know, I'm friendly to the LGBT. I am, but I just don't support them. I really believe that, you know, we can't cater to fringe groups of people at this point in our society. I mean, let's be real. Yeah, I don't have anybody that name. I'm so sorry. No, it was not a nice caller. I'm glad I muted it. Yeah, it was Jason. Poor guy hasn't been able to get a job ever since his dad got him that Xbox One, after taking all that money for doxing me. You know, some people are crazy. They're taking money to dox me. Can you imagine? They committed felony. Every doxing is a 5-year penalty. So these people that made all that money are going to go to jail 5 years times every time they dox me. It's like, wow. And we've got records of all the doxing. They paid a lot. I believe they paid $1,000 a word at one point, or $1,000 a dox. The guy, that's what the guy said he was making. It was crazy. I mean, I'm sure many of these people are still making a lot of money doing it. I'm not into money. I just don't understand why you are. Yeah, if they found out that pork does not cause cancer, it's eating improperly handled meat that causes cancer. You should read that better. Yeah. You should be more aware of what you're dealing with here. That's what I heard, yeah. Yeah, let's try now we go from India to Thailand, and we'll try a little Thai peanut cookie sauce here. Okay? Let's take a little taste of that on top of it. Yeah. Yeah, so that steamer's hopefully coming to a boil shortly. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of the Thai sauce on top. Nice. That's completely optional. You don't have to do any of that. You can try a little chili powder. That might be good. Just throw the entire cabinet in there on the entire dish. All right. Yeah, a little paprika. Not too much paprika. You don't want to overdo the. And I'll put the cumin in later. Cumin can be cumin kind of loses its potency when you put it in early in the meal. If you put a lot of cumin in there, you'll get that poor man's sassafras. It was not sassafras. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, yeah, I'm a good guy. Prune bag. No, I can't put cumin anywhere. Just in my meal. I can't wait. The buffet is going to be organic when possible, but non-GMO throughout. No, I don't have herpes. No. You're starting to sound like a real idiot. Yeah, we're going to mute you again. All right. We're trying to get you to be a normal person in the show. I'm anticipating $14.99 for the buffet. Make it $15. We'll include the tax in the purchase price. Well, that's very nice of you, NRT, but remember what happened? We found out you're a member of the T. Rucker clan. Sarah may not eat this dinner. She may prepare her own meal tonight. She has this wonderful sog chicken sauce. I eat this. I'm a big eater. She has this sog chicken sauce that's incredible. It's peanuts and coconut milk, and it's already pre-prepared. I'm watching very closely. I'm modding it. It's perfectly fine. Chickens are from Asia originally, really? Okay, good to know. There was some sort of clan activity going on over there, yeah. And then he's still alive, so he's out there. I understand he's working for Russia now directly. They hired him. Apparently, these people that'll do anything for money and will worship, dark forces to get ahead, are very in demand by the mob, the Russian mobsters. People like Trump, are easy, purchased by the mob. They can easily buy people like Trump. I'm unbuyable. I hope my real fans are at iBlog. We're trying to cultivate a good audience over there. Could it be Russia? exactly. Hey, well, this has been, see how relaxing cooking is? I'm a little worried about the rice dish not getting done in time. But, yeah, we're moving forward. Ciao, ciao. Yeah, I'm sure people do get cancer, but they usually, when they get cancer, they usually talk about it, and then their death is a very slow death. All we heard from that guy was that he just died of cancer. We never heard he had a disease or anything. And it's, oh yeah, he just died of cancer. Well, we found out he didn't have an actual death logged into the funeral home that handled him. Somebody hacked into the website and put his name in there somehow. Yeah, on 3 different websites, and they weren't legitimate. Without showing a death certificate, you can't really say you're dead. I believe it does suck, Daryl, and I'm so sorry for so many people that do get cancer. I think we could have cured cancer by now. I think they're purposely making it for profit. I'm so glad I have this beautiful view out the front window of my bulletproof glass. But I'm going to close it down because I'm done looking at the Olympic Mountains right now in this frigid environment we're living in. Yeah? Oh, there's a YouTube video of Ed only having be 90 pounds. Well, Ed was a strong guy, but he didn't live a very long life because he took everything tough, you know? Ed was about the same age as Chef Ramsay. Well, yeah, I had to install it. When you're running an operation like mine, you can't take chances. Yeah, well, that's what happens when people die. They call it the wasting disease because you waste away. Ed was a powerful supporter of your right for transportation, and I don't think he ever drove a car, but he studied it in depth. He even wrote a book, and he said that everybody has the right to transport in America. You can't have your license taken away from you. Yeah. No, you can buy bulletproof glass at discount. You have to look very carefully for it, though. Yeah, it is expensive, no question about it. It's very expensive, but it is available. Am I a millionaire? No, I don't have just $1 million. I mean, Trump has such a small amount, really. He has merely $3 billion. That's nothing. Well, you shouldn't skimp on safety. Always get something really good. Yeah, see, cooking is tough, isn't it? You just gotta stand and talk to the microphone the whole time. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and stir it. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Just kind of poke it. This pork was made for poking, and that is what I'll do. I'll poke it all over you. Pork. It's what's for dinner. The other white meat. Hey. Well, I'm going to open this can of tomatoes, if that's okay. You can put peppers in here. I'm looking at this can of, yeah. I'm going to throw a little can of Ortega chilies in here. Yeah, I'm going to add, take this up to $7. Because I know some of you people are going to want to eat some really, really good food here. So we're going to add peppers to the dish. Ortega chilies are mild, but they'll give it a nice taste. All right. Okay, I'm pretty much cooking the pork ahead of the tomatoes because what you do is you don't want to add fresh vegetables or any kind of food out of a can even that's cold or room temperature. when you're cooking pork. Because when you poke that pork, you want to make sure it is cooked thoroughly. Yeah, you can get the organic tomatoes at the Dollar Tree on occasion. They sell them for 50 cents a can. But that's a really good deal. And I'm glad a lot of companies are coming out with these cans. Hunt's is an organic leader. So I'm really kind of overcooking the pork. You can never overcook the pork. If I turn the temperature down, I could let that sit for 20 minutes on the stove at like a simmer. It'd be fine. It just gets better and better. Pork is one of those kind of foods that's very tender. That's one of the reasons why it's better than beef for a lot of reasons. And it's the kind of food that you can make carnitas out of. Have you ever had pork carnitas? It's incredible. The kind they slow cook in Mexico. I used to go to a taco restaurant in Venice, California that was from, people from Mexico City were cooking tacos. And man, the food was so good. You can sure taste the difference. Slow cooked pork. That evidence has not been peer reviewed, Howie. And again, you're not allowed to post numerous links on our show. That's a bannable offense. When are you going to learn the rules here, man? Man, I just can't understand. I can't understand the rules. He said he read 1,000 books, but I think it was more like he looked at the covers of 1,000 books. I don't think he ever read any of them. He doesn't present as a person with a high intellect. Well, the rule is you can't keep posting a link, especially when it's not peer reviewed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some cumin in this pork dish. This is my final lift here of the cover. Make sure nothing's sticking. Beautiful. Look at that nice glaze. Isn't that beautiful? Like little nuggets of fantasticness. I'm going to throw the Ortega chilies in there. And these tomatoes. Diced tomatoes. And I'm going to top it off with some cumin. Now, cumin and curry have been known to reduce Alzheimer's diseases, help with memory. Yep. So if your relative who doesn't recognize you is suffering from some Alzheimer's, you may want to put some cumin and some curry in their diet. Remember that one. That's a good tip. When they go in and, I made you curry, Grandpa. Who are you? Who are you? You're not my son. Okay, well, try it. And then afterward, it's like, oh, thank you, son. I remember exactly who you are. It is incredible. Hey, this has been exciting, hasn't it? I'm going to fill up my little water pitcher here, fresh water. I get these at Zero. This Zero water pitcher is incredible. This comes with its own meter to determine how much total dissolved solids is in it. I'm going to load it up, fill up the reservoir. It is the best filter on the market. It's sold at Walmart for $19.99. I'm not crazy, dude. I'm not loony at all. Never was. In fact, this is me trying to be interesting. Yeah, I was kind of a scientist when I was young. Look at that rice. It's coming to the top. It's getting ready. Yeah, I was kind of a scientist. I did a lot of research when I was young, when I was a kid, because I was reading at the age of 3. And I found out, I read a book called Rachel Carson's Silent Spring. And at 5 years old, I was reading Silent Spring. And she wrote the book in the early 60s, but it talked about DDT, and it really opened my mind. By the age of 7, I was arguing with people about the dangers of pesticides and herbicides. So I've been doing all kinds of things in my life, like promoting organic food and building this third party to raise awareness for good quality food in our diets. And there's no reason why, and don't throw away your other food, you may not have organic food. This is just long-grain generic rice. But it came out before genetically modified rice. So I bought it 25 or 20 years ago, this bag. And believe it or not, white rice will sit 20 years in a bag. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So, this, however, I bought recently. It's GMO free. So if you see that label, GMO free, that's what you want to find. You're not going to find organic rice necessarily. Lundberg makes really good organic rice. They're out of California. All right. Okay, let me show you a product I just got. I picked up this product. Yeah, I'm still cooking at level 6, by the way. I'm going to give that a little spin in there. Beautiful. I'm going to throw a little more ketchup in. You can put another tablespoon or 2 of ketchup for flavor. And if you've got hot sauce, this is a great opportunity to use hot sauce. Okay, we're coming around the corner here. This ricer is pushing all the way to the top. It's going to be done probably by the time the show is ready to start. I picked up a deal on these organic chicken noodle soups that Progresso's making. I made one for Sarah last week. She liked it so much, I expanded it out with vegetables and more herbs and spices. I showed it to you on my video. $1.89 I got this for. Normally it's $2.50. So, but man, isn't that great? Progresso making organic food. Isn't that awesome? Love it. See, it's starting to work. Awareness. Country's turning on to good products and they're selling, even at a higher price. Is that exciting? No, it's not. Okay, I'm not going to crack open my tomato sauce or my hot sauce because I'm not that into it, but I'll leave it on the counter in case Sarah wants some. There's plenty of spice in this for me. All right, just rinsing out some cans and I'm going to toss them in the recycler. There we go. The nice thing is the recyclers don't really require you to crush the cans anymore, so you can just kind of nest them. That's all the cans right there, and I put them in the recycler. Easy. I do recycling once every couple weeks. I'll go down there and take we try to have a very low amount of recycling. We don't have hardly any garbage either, so we're cutting back quite a bit on plastic. Even when we buy things, if it comes in plastic containers like yogurt cups, we're not buying it. It turns out that, yeah, is soy causing your hair to fall out, really? I think Joy Behar should be lauded for freedom of speech, and I would love to get an interview with Joy Behar about her blackface. If you could write her and ask her to interview me on the show through Skype, that'd be great. I could talk about free speech and how we have to understand we can't go in the left direction of socialism. Now, just because Donald says he doesn't like socialism is not helping. We have a huge socialist economy that needs to be dismantled. We don't need extra money going to support businesses that are too big to fail. That's socialism. We never should have done that. You know, we lost nearly $20 billion on our bailout of General Motors. Yeah. Okay, let me get my big bowl here. Okay. You know the big bowl. You can feed 8 people with this bowl. All right, we're coming down to the line here. The cooker is boiling. It still isn't quite there yet. We're coming down the line, 5 minutes to go. Well, the fact is, I have never encountered a black person really angry at me for doing the blackface video. I've encountered people who are Jewish who are upset. White Jewish people are very upset at me. They don't want anyone to be prejudicial because they're so worried that somebody's going to call them a name. Yeah. Blackface is the new norm, and I will be lauded for my effort eventually. If I met a black person, I have lived among black people. Albeit for a short period of time, but, you know. I house sat for a black person. Yeah. It's cool. Hey, let me get that door for Sarah. Hang on. Hey, you made it. I didn't make side chicken because I couldn't find any. I saw the peanut that you had, but I didn't do it. I thought you could help me make that another day.
Okay.
I was wondering what happened to the powdered peanut butter. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, don't worry about it now. I was just curious. It may be down underneath the cabinet.
What are you making?
Oh, I'm making pork, rice, steamed rice, pork with a barbecue flair. It's all ready to go here. I'm going to add everything together.
You don't want peanut butter for that, do you?
No, I don't need any peanut butter now. I was looking for it, but don't worry about it right now. It was just some powdered peanut butter that we had. I'm not worried about it. We'll get it some other time. You just got home, relax. I just mentioned it. Jeff Bezos pictures are out? No, I didn't know. National Enquirer has Jeff Bezos pics and they're going to be blackmailing him? Oh, that's just illegal. You can't
he's
do that.
blackmailing, or he's saying something to them too.
Yeah, well, I mean, if his penis pictures were seen around the globe, so what?
So,
I added some chili powder, Deeker, yeah. You guys can give this a squirt of hot sauce if you really like it, you know. It's not bad, no, Howie. Pork has got a bad rap. A lot of pork, the reason why pork has not got a bad rap is because it's mostly a vegetable diet that they're living on.
I had it up here, and then I think I put it away.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Hey, our rice is done. We're going to go ahead and pop it off anyway. I am going to mount the rice into the dish and transfer it. Thank you, Sarah. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this. Make sure you have protection on your hands when doing this. You don't want to get burned. Steam burns are just as bad as any other burn. Look at that rice. Let me go with a different picture here. All right.
Shoot.
What?
Shoot.
What?
My feet are dirty.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, it's not okay.
Yeah, I know. I'll get it later.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Hey, you know those carrots are done here. And then I'm going to take...
Good Lord.
Yeah. Then I'm going to take this dish that's cooking right here. See that? I'm going to put it right on top of the rice. And that's fully cooked. There you go. And take your spatula and kind of just shuffle it down into the rice, like that. See? Pressing down. And then smooth it out over the top, like that, and then put a burner under the bottom and let it sit. So I'm going to put a really low melter under there, and I'll store it for a later. And I'm going to put the top over it. So that's dinner. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. So you can make that very easily and store it on the stove with a warmer under it for another hour. Okay. Let's sign off. A really nice dinner, though. Look at all the food we made. It's just amazing. Wow. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming in. I will be back again next week with a recorded broadcast. In the meantime, I'll be in the show in just a few minutes to start our regular broadcast tonight. Thank you for watching.